for one, but William and Mary have been under pressure for a decent amount of this one. As Deco, quick shot, Ladster has to make the save. And this is already some pretty great offensive aggression here from the blue side. Good demo on the backside, takes out Ladster. This is still dangerous, but off the respawn. William and Mary defender will cut across to make the play. Some great offensive rotation right now from Colorado, really hemming William and Mary in their own zone, looking for the first of the game. Legacy just gonna play it away. And again, the demos come out. This time it's William and Mary just trying to open up space. The giveaway still gonna keep this one dangerous in front of the box. Trixon down out in front, but there is nobody home to put it away. We have played the first minute and a half with Colorado being on the attack, already mustering 6 shots in this one. Look for another one here, but easily played away there by Legacy. Again, the demos come out. Trixon takes out Ladster in the back there. Really gives away a little bit of some possession. Now Ladster again to throw this one back in. Trixon back to the midfield line. Good touch there from Legacy. Turn is Ladster. He just can't quite beat Deco. And we played the first 2 minutes with this one pretty standard so far. As Trixon, great pass out in front, but Deco can't get there in time. Perfect scoring opportunity for Colorado, but again, just unable to pull the trigger, not quite having the player in position to do so. This should be a free goal as Trixon will take the pass from Deco. Finally, Colorado on the board. They had the pressure for the whole first half here as we're only 6 seconds away from halftime. You can look at the shot totals across this team. 7 total shots from Colorado to the 2 right now of William and Mary. It has been quite the offensive showing here from the blue side, but that said, they've only managed to put on this 1 goal, so certainly an opportunity for William and Mary to try to come back. This is going to be played down into the corner. Deco wanted to go one-on-one with Legacy. Good block there. Ladster's up in the air trying to collect his thoughts. Deco's going to take this one away, and now Chimney just trying to find a little bit of the breakout. Solid defensive or midfield play, I should say, as this one's going to go high from Trixon. That was a wide open goal. Just can't get it under the bar. Now breaking out is William and Mary, but again, they're going to be met at the midfield line. Ladster does keep with it. Legacy's there, passes out, but Chimney just can't quite get that on goal, so no equalizer quite yet. The best of the game, best opportunity, I should say, of the game right there from William and Mary. Just unfortunately unable to find the touch they needed. Time is going to start ticking away from them now. 1:20 left to go. Still 1-0 on the board for Colorado, as here's Ladster collecting along the sidewall. Has it taken away, and it's by Legacy as well. Chimney. This is Deco. Deco looking for Trixon out in front, but time is going to continue to tick by as William and Mary still need this 1 goal to tie things up. And while it's been a pretty possession-heavy game here from Colorado, they haven't necessarily gotten a ton of opportunity off the back of it. They've had a couple of decent shots, but 4 saves from Ladster has kept them at bay so far. Still, they enjoy this 1 goal lead, just trying to eat away the time. This again will be Ladster to clear it on. Glove up in the air. Deco gonna give this away out in front, and Legacy will score it. Just like that, William and Mary tie the game with 30 seconds to go. And even after all of the possession, after all of the offensive we have seen from Colorado, they find themselves in a tie now with 30 seconds left. See if they can regain this lead, as this is dangerous in front, off the crossbar. Trixon's not going to get it to go either, and Ladster will see it clear again. Colorado, a couple of opportunities out in front. The shot goes high. They can't quite regain the lead now, so dangerous territory really for both teams, as this is going to fly all the way down. That shot's going to go wide as well. and we have overtime. Game number 1. As William and Mary try to hang on and steal this one. That's a big giveaway as well. Chimney just can't quite beat Dico to it. Legacy now trying to create some offense as Ladster keeps it in. Colorado drops this game, it would be astonishing considering the amount of offense they have had. But William and Mary have kept in it. That is certainly for sure. They have played quality defense for a majority of this game. Now they're one goal away from taking it, so let's see what they can do as Ladster sends it all the way back down to Colorado's zone. This is up high. Chimney ends up getting bumped off the ball. Love can't quite get a touch on it. Legacy will get blocked on the clear by Dico, but now Ladster, he's bumped off the ball as well. The physical play continues. Good move there. Legacy patiently on the challenge, and Ladster will get out to it. As now Trixton can't quite get anything going. Chimney in and out of the corner, has Legacy with him on the breakout. Still no real good shooting opportunities for either team yet in this overtime period. Seen a couple of good keep-ins from either side, but it really hasn't turned into too much on the offensive, as now Dico throwing this one towards the back wall. Legacy now Flove towards again. Battle out of the corner. Trixon is there. That's off the post. It's off a Chimney and it's in. Trixon will get the game-winning goal here in overtime. Chimney's going to want that one back. An unfortunate second touch off the back wall. And Colorado, my goodness, somehow keep game 1 within their grasp. Even though it took an overtime session, they will take a 1-0 series lead in the shot totals. 15-4 in favor of Colorado. So certainly a well-played game there from the boys in blue. However, William and Mary, again, that defense so sturdy throughout this game. 6 saves for Ladster, Legacy, and Chimney with 1 each. But unfortunately just wasn't enough to make the comeback work here in overtime. So now Colorado going to go up in the series here, making a 1-0 series heading into game number 2. And it's a worrying spot, I think, if you're William and Mary. Giving up 15 shots, even though we went to overtime, is really not ideal. You can't quite rely on that defense to carry you through these types of games, because it can be very difficult to make the saves when you need them, and especially when Colorado is just pressing as much as they were in game 1. Eventually stuff goes in, mistakes do get made. Just got to find a little bit of relief, as that is a huge mistake to start the game from Colorado. The double commit into a touch that I don't think anybody ever really wants to make, and Legacy will capitalize on it. So William and Mary take a 1-0 score lead here in game number 2. We'll see if they can't try to equalize the series here, but we are very, very young in this one. Trixon out of the corner. Legacy, a little bit of a pop-up. Ladster can't quite beat Glove to that one. And it will be Chimney all the way down. Trixon might not be ready for this. It's out in front. Legacy will shoot off the post. Rebound for Ladster will score. And the long-range bomb of a clear catches Colorado off guard. Legacy to Ladster off the post. And William and Mary out to a 2-0 lead just 40 seconds in. Solid play there, and again, that clear took the defense off guard. Didn't hit the ceiling. I think everybody, including myself, was expecting it to hit the ceiling. Trixon probably most of all, but unfortunately ends up giving them a bit of some fits, and it makes it 2-0 as we pass the first minute of game number 2 here on Utopia Coliseum, as Trixon Off the back wall, Flove can't make the touch. Pass will be back over to Flove. This is down in front. Legacy has to clear it away. Now William & Mary on the breakout, trying to defend this 2-goal lead, and a solid lead they have built for themselves up to this point. Good demo there, though. Deco going to try to find some space. Ladster. Ooh, they might all get caught in this corner. Flove has a passing lane to Trixon, but Ladster does get out there. It's now Deco, back wall, Trixon, shot, high, rebound, will go wide. And again, Colorado just cannot seem to clean up these plays out in front. They've had opportunities galore in this series, and it's either been crossbar or post that has kept them from scoring them. It rears its ugly head yet again here in game 2. Keeps William & Mary in a 2-0 advantage. Ladster will keep this in. Play is to Legacy, back to Ladster. Trixon will take it away. But Legacy in good position to clear it back in. We approach halftime. Legacy looking for a third. Will fall down onto Chimney. And we'll continue to play back and forth Rocket League here as time continues to tick. Chimney out from in front of his own goal. Relatively quiet in this game has been Chimney as Legacy brings that one off the bar. Quick little shot there. But what I've liked so far out of William & Mary is that not one player has had to carry the team. It's been a pretty good team effort throughout the games. Granted, they ended up losing game 1 in overtime, but they've been playing pretty well as a squad, making things work, making the defense. Ladster certainly had a great defensive game with his 6 saves last game. Oh, won't be able to save this one, but there's Chimney able to make the play. It will bounce up. Legacy is going to get that clear, and William & Mary continue to play defense. Off the back wall to Trixon. That's towards the net. It's in. Nobody could get there from William & Mary. And it makes it a 1-goal game here with 1.5 minutes left to go. Oh, man, I don't think Chimney expected the shot to be as weak as it was, or maybe he was expecting a bump, something like that. Bit of a puzzling play in the goal there, but the save doesn't get made. And it will bring Colorado back to within 1 now as Legacy sends a booming clear. Ladster's up on the rebound. This will come off the crossbar. Legacy hits the bar as well. And we continue to play with just the 1-goal lead here from William & Mary. The crossbars have taken a beating in this game and in this series. As now Ladster, big play to make that save. 60 seconds left to go. Deco trying to create some space out of the corner. A little bit scrambly here for the defense, and they're going to get punished. Flove from the mid. Going to slot that one in far post. Makes it a 2-2 game with 53 seconds left to go. Great pass from Trixon. Beating the defense that got stacked up on the near side. Unfortunately there for William & Mary. Will potentially send us into another overtime here in this game, or in this series, I should say. But still, there are 40 seconds left. Colorado doing what they can to end this one early. There it is, the pass out to Deco. He ends up hitting Trixon with the shot, but the pass from Trixon, shot is perfect. And it will put Colorado out to a 3-2 lead. With just 36 seconds to go, the comeback from the blue side has been complete, and now they look to just keep this lead if they can. They've got to defend for the next 25 seconds. The attack is on here for William & Mary. Chimney can't find the touch. Ladster will keep it in. Trixon's a little too far forward, and they score. 3-3, and this series continues to be close between these two teams. Another tie game with no time remaining here in this one, as the defense is starting to fall apart a bit at the end of this game, but both teams equal in the shot totals, 9 apiece right now as overtime looms. My goodness, couldn't ask for a better start to this series between these two teams, as this is dangerous. Deco had a shooting chance, but he just couldn't quite get it off the ground. We go to OT, 3-3. Colorado look to put themselves on match point if they can, with a goal here in overtime. William & Mary just trying to tie the series. Trixon's gonna play it in. Legacy has to try to get it out of the corner. Deco, quick shot towards. Just a bit high. Chimney again. Now Ladster. Ladster can't make the touch. Legacy is there. Deco all the way out in front. Gonna give Trixon some trouble, but Flove able to make the rotation forward. This will bounce back to the midfield. Legacy on the breakout. Couldn't quite get the dunk on the defender there. Is now Ladster in transition. Back and forth we continue to play as Legacy caught out of position. Flub will score it, and that's going to be Colorado again in overtime. This time it takes a solid minute, but they win 2 in a row in the extra moments and take a 2-0 series lead. As William and Mary have fought very hard in this series, but they just can't quite seem to finish these games out, and that has certainly been the story. But with how close it's been, again, Colorado, a team towards the top of the standings here in the EGF, looking to, put themselves over the top and really have a good playoff run. William and Mary, kind of the opposite story, right? They come into this 1-4, looking to turn their season around in these final weeks, but with how close this has been, it really does feel like it's anybody's game. However, Colorado do take that 2-0 series lead, and now William and Mary have a deep hole to try to claw out of. As we head into game number 3, there has been a substitution made for Colorado as Starvin is in. I'm trying to remember for whom. It's escaping me at the moment. It'll come back to me here in a second, but Starvin is in for Colorado. Oh, for Deco. Okay, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Couldn't remember. Finally off the memory there. Okay, so Starvin in for Deco. Colorado trying to end the series here in 3 games. That's William and Mary. Again, not the start they would have hoped for, but it's been a very close series so far. You can't count them out quite yet. It will be quite the challenge to win 3 in a row against this Colorado team. Now, Glove to the midfield. Chimney ends up with a nice little dodge. Ladster's in the air, has Trixon to beat. It will be down to Legacy. The shot not quite good enough to beat the defense there. Colorado will get it back to the midfield line, only for the moment, however, as Ladster plays it in. Trixon has been a very aggressive third player for Colorado, and they've been punished a couple of times for it on the defensive side, but this time it'll work to their advantage as Flove will combine with Trixon. Makes it a 1-0 game here. Nice catch on that sidewall. Trixon in a perfect position to slam that one home. Makes it a 1-0 game as Colorado looking to end the series quite quickly here. But again, folks, it really doesn't feel like if this score holds and William and Mary end up losing this in 3 games, it certainly does not feel like that has been the story of the series with how close it's been. But there is still plenty of time. Only a goal is needed by the orange side to tie things up again. Chimney might have a good look here, just can't quite get it on goal. Legacy a bit fooled by that bounce, and it will be played Back to the top of the box, cleared all the way back down. Chimney. Think about that one. Now Starvin over to Trixon. Again, we continue to play on. Starvin will cut across the top and score. A bit too slow to react here was the William & Mary defense. And Glove will pick up their second assist of the game. Makes it a 2-0 score here with 2:54 left to go. And things starting to close in on the William & Mary side. Oh, giveaway out in front. Great move from Glove. He'll score. The patient play makes it 3-0. And that, I don't care who you are, that's going to take the wind out of any sails, especially already being down 2-0 in a game. As Colorado looking to put an exclamation mark on this series right here. Still looking for more. Glove in the air. This one should bounce favorably for him. This is now Starvin trying to find the pass out. Trixon right into Legacy. Chimney will get it back to the top of the box. Fluv over to Starvin, back to Fluv, but it was just a bit behind. Still the play is out toward Trixon. Starvin up in the air, but again, solid back wall defense from William & Mary. And again, the defense hasn't been the problem for this orange side for William & Mary. They've been able to make stops when they need to. They've been able to limit shots for Colorado for a majority of the series, but their offense has just come up a bit short when they need it. They had a game-tying goal in game number 2, and it looked like they had a little bit of momentum. But their offense just really couldn't get anything going in that overtime. Really in either of the 2 overtimes we've seen. And now in a series-defining game 3. Again, the offense not quite there, though Ladster will have something to say about that. Solid play at the midfield line. Does it all himself, beating everybody to this one. Goes top shelf, and that's a beauty from Ladster. So hopefully a little bit of some momentum here for William & Mary in this final minute and a half. They need 2 more. Certainly not impossible, especially with plays like that from Ladster, but just as we say it, Colorado going to put 1 more back on the board. Makes it a 3-goal game yet again. Beauty of a pass out towards Trixon. Will be a 4-1 game here with 1:22 to go. It's now Glove again out of the corner. Is that in? Oh, just off the post. Chimney back down into the zone. William & Mary need a goal in probably the next 20 seconds or so if they want a legitimate shot at winning this game, keeping the series alive. That is not what they needed. Glove with their second of the game, and that will almost certainly put this one a bit too out of reach now for William & Mary. Again, a well-played series from both teams, but from William & Mary, the defense had been quite good. It falters a little bit here in game 3. Their offense just couldn't quite get going. And unfortunately, it does look like it will be an 0-3 loss for this team. And like I said earlier, it doesn't feel like an 0-3 series with how close those first 2 games were. We went to overtime in both of them. Colorado made some great plays to keep themselves alive in game 2. Ramped up the pressure in both overtimes, and they will walk away with this one. It's another one for the road. Trixon will score it. I think it even went off the William & Mary defender. Just had a bit of insult to injury, yeah. Off of Ladster there, unfortunately. So 6-1. All that remains is for these final 18 seconds to tick off the board, and we will have our first series in the books here on this wonderful Wednesday. as that one will fall. Make it 7-1 now with 8 seconds left to go. And again, Colorado looking like a team hungry to improve their standing, hungry to get into those playoffs and prove that they are one of the top teams here in the EGF. And unfortunately, William & Mary are just in their path this time around as the time ticks away from game number 3, and that will do it as Colorado take a 3-0 series sweep here over William & Mary, moving to, I believe, 5-2. 5-2, I believe, on the season. So well played to them. Congratulations to them. William & Mary will move to 1-5. And that will do it for this one. We're going to take a short break. We're going to be back here in just a second with a little bit of an interview from one of the Colorado players. So make sure you stick around. We'll be back in a sec. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to the EGF. I am Hunted here with Flover from Team Colorado. I'm saying that right? I'm saying your name right. Okay. All
Floater's
right. Very
right,
good.
yeah.
Just wanted to make sure before we jump into this. But congratulations to you. 3-0 sweep over William & Mary. And while I got you here, just wanted to talk a little bit about specifically game 2 for your team in that one. You
Mhm.
started a little bit, it was a little bit shaky, right? Down, I think, 0-2 to start that one. Um, did anything change in like your comms, or was it, just keep your heads down? We've been playing well, just got to keep doing what we're doing.
I mean, honestly, we play at a very high level, and no disrespect to, William and Mary, but, uh, they kinda played a little bit slower, and so we kinda
Mhm.
had to adjust according to that, and overall, I mean, we just as we kept playing, it all clicked for us.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
that is, I think that's one of the benefits, right, of playing these best of fives as well. You kind of get that
Yeah, you
extra
can
game.
kinda feel them out.
Right. And I mean, it was a 3-0 sweep. It was close in those first 2 games, but you do walk away from it. It's you moved to 5-2. Um and kind of keep yourself towards the top. And when you look at the standings, there are a lot of teams kind of hovering around that 5-1, kind of like 4-2 area. How confident are you feeling heading towards the playoffs?
Us as a team, we're feeling very confident. You know, our goal is to end up winning the entire thing. So, no matter what team we play, we're gonna play the same way we always do, and hopefully pull it through.
Well, I'm certainly excited to see how the rest of the season goes for y'all, and I wish you the best of luck. Now, uh, since we're having some fun here on the broadcast, is there any specific team that you're, I wouldn't say worried about? You sound quite confident in your abilities, but
Mhm.
who I guess the question is who are you most excited to come up against a bit later on?
Most excited to come up against? That's a great question. Honestly, I can't say. I mean, I don't really look at the teams that much, but no matter who we play, it doesn't really
Mhm.
matter. We're gonna pull out a dub.
Well, I'm very excited to watch the Colorado playoff run, and I wish you the best of luck. Um,
Thank you.
in that. But that is going to be all the time we have for this one. Again, Flover from the University of Colorado. Congratulations once more on your 3-0 victory over William and Mary. But we here are going to take a very, very short break. When we come back, it's Wichita State versus Fairfield University. Don't go anywhere.
that you're dreaming in the first place. You gotta be able to recognize it. You gotta be able to ask yourself.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on back to the EGF, official EGF channel here for more Wednesday Rocket League. We've got Wichita State and Fairfield University. And this one should be a pretty good one. Again, Fairfield University, a team coming into this one with a pretty good record. They're sitting at 5-1. Looking to, again, improve as we get closer and closer to playoff time. These wins start mattering a bit more now to kind of sort out that seeding. And across the way for Wichita, I believe they are at 2-4. Yeah, Wichita State at 2-4. So a win here could be huge for their team, kind of give them a little bit of some more breathing room, or at least an opportunity to climb up through those rankings to get themselves in the playoff picture, if you will. So we'll see how this one goes. Fairfield going to be in the orange, I should say, as they've got Matter, Elysium, and Soccer Scout on the pitch for this one. And Wichita State, my goodness. I love that name, Qui-Gon Jinn, Mr. Gopher, and Zenova for the blue side. Qui-Gon Jinn, certainly a. Oh yeah, you look at the. Hopefully he scores a goal here. Something I'll mention it on the broadcast, so we can see that. We can see the profile picture. Quite a good one from Qui-Gon Jinn as well. We are underway with game number 1. Wichita State looking to put some damage on the board. Couldn't quite get the read on that one. It's Qui-Gon Jinn. Now Elysium out of the zone. Mr. Gopher pops this one up. Here's Matter. Tries to get that one underneath. Can't quite do it. Elysium now back into the zone. Zenova. Ooh, the bump on Mr. Gopher was big. That'll give Matter a little bit of space. Try to play this one out in front. Soccer Scout can't quite get there. That shot just going to be a bit wide. Wichita State in a bit of trouble to start out this game. Oh, the rotation there from Fairfield not the best. Going to force them back to the defensive side here. As Qui-Gon Jinn looking for Mr. Gopher. Quick shot just off the crossbar. The rebound will float towards, and the save is made by Matter. We continue to play. Elysium back the other way, and it's Fairfield who take the first of the game. A quick chance for Wichita State, but an even faster transition. And they've got a 1-0 lead here in game 1. As a bit unfortunate for Wichita. Gonna have to try to battle back off of that. They looked quite good to start things out. Had some pretty good offensive attacks, but unfortunately just really were not able to make the most of it. Now they find themselves down 1 as Fairfield looking to press again. Zenova just a bit wide on that cut shot. Qui-Gon Jinn. Oh, great play out in front. It's just going to be a bit wide, and Soccer Scout will see it away. Demo on to Elysium, as this is going to dribble forward, and it will be cleared on. 2:35 left to go. Still 1-0. Zenova, he gets bumped off the play. A lot of bumps from Fairfield. We haven't seen a ton of demos so far in this game. Actually, I don't think we've seen a single demo, but the bumps just to push the player out of rotation just that much, or force an awkward touch or a whiff on a ball, has been working out quite well for the orange side so far in this game. As Mr. Gopher, unfortunately unable to make that touch, going to put Qui-Gon Jinn in a bit of a tough spot. Matter does keep it in. It will fall across the pitch. The demo onto Mr. Gopher. Going to activate Elysium. He's got Soccer Scout down in front, but the pass just a bit too far. And continue to play 1-0 as now Matter tries to play that one across the way. Oh, Zenova gets by everybody. Can they turn it into a goal? It'll pop out for Mr. Gopher, but unfortunately Matter just going to get there in time. Now Qui-Gon Jinn back the other way. Have that one shut down by the Fairfield defense. Still the play is out in front. Elysium just gets in front of it. And we continue to play 1-0, minute 15 left. Wichita State having opportunities. They've created a couple of pretty good chances, but unfortunately it's either been a shot just missed or some well-played defense here from Fairfield, as now Soccer Scout last back has to try to play this one away, does get it over to Matter, and the clear is there. Final 45 seconds, gonna start ticking away from game one now. This is off the back wall, Qui-Gon Jinn. And now Matter. Down out in front, played away. Good little touch there. Zenova is going to try to activate the passes up, but Elysium just gets a piece of it. And that will be enough to stop that play, as now Soccer Scout is trying to end this game. We've only got 15 seconds left to go. Still the one goal from Fairfield, all we've seen so far. This is dangerous out in front of the Fairfield goal, but nobody able to capitalize on it. 6 seconds now, Matter into the corner. 2 seconds now, nothing on the clock. Soccer Scout will play it into the blacktop there, and that will make it a 1-0 win in game one for Fairfield and a 1-0 series lead to boot there. So Wichita State, some kinks to work out on the offensive side. They have gotten very, very close. A couple of really nice plays that just didn't quite translate into goals. If they can get these shots on net and you know, pull the defenders a little bit further out of rotation, this could very easily be a Wichita State series. But Fairfield has held strong on the defensive side, and quite obviously when they got the opportunity, they were able to make the most of it with a very quick transition. So a 1-0 game one. It reminds me quite a bit of that last series we just watched. This time it's Wichita State going to try to battle from behind. Soccer Scout wants to chase this out of the corner. Qui-Gon Jinn towards the cage, off the crossbar. The rebound will bounce out in front, and Soccer Scout gets there in time to clear it. Again, the crossbar comes up huge, this time for Fairfield. And now in transition, trying to punish the double commit there. Qui-Gon Jinn in a good spot, though he does give the ball away, unfortunately. As Zenova just wants to tap this one down. Nearly the first minute gone, and again, this game looking very similar to the game number one we just watched. Would not be surprised if we have another low-scoring affair on our hands. A little bit of a pinch there from Wichita. Gets it at least to the midfield line. Zenova wants to find the clear. Matter can't quite get up to it. As the pace has certainly been set by this Fairfield team since the early goings of the series, but Wichita has kept up with it quite well. They've been able to generate chances, they just haven't been able to score them. That's one of the biggest things that we would like to see fixed here, as Elysium will send this one across the way. Qui-Gon Jinn can't quite get that one by Soccer Scout. Zenova. Elysium on the clear, kept in at the midfield line. Good pressure here from Wichita State. They've been in the zone for quite a bit. Gustav starting to come out. Matter's going to give that away. Qui-Gon Jinn towards the net, but the back post rotation from Elysium just going to get there in time, and it stays 0-0 as we approach the halfway point of game number two. Zenova, great pass! They score! It's Qui-Gon Jinn, top shelf, Wichita State, finally on the board in the series. The pass from Zenova, perfect. And we get to see that beautiful profile picture from Qui-Gon Jinn. Well done from Wichita State. They take a lead here in game 2. Now it's up to Fairfield to try to equalize. Oh, this is dangerous. Qui-Gon Jinn again going to take advantage of the misplay on the defensive side. Double commit out of the corner. Soccer Scout misreads it, doesn't get up to it. And at the near post there, Qui-Gon Jinn stuffs it home, makes it a 2-0 game as we cross over into the second half now. Again, Qui-Gon Jinn, the hat trick. In 10 seconds, we go from 0-0 approaching halftime to Qui-Gon Jinn with a hat trick, and Wichita State up 3 here in this game. All 3 goals courtesy of Qui-Gon Jinn. Zenova with 2 assists, Mr. Gopher with 1. And every shot taken by Wichita State has come from the goal scorer. 5 total from him. Fairfield have been able to put up 3 on the board so far in this game. Looking for another one. A Soccer Scout kind of missed that wide. Good opportunity to put one back on the board, but can't quite make it work. This is going to be Elysium off the ceiling. Down to Matter. Great play, and Fairfield's on the board. They'll cut the lead to 2, make it 3-1 now with 1:52 to go. Nice little pass. Oh, and gets the touch as well. I didn't see that the first time around. So Elysium will end up being credited with the goal, Matter with the assist. But the passing play to make that one work was certainly sensational. And now Fairfield with a little bit of life here in game 2. And still some time to find 2 more. Potentially send us to OT. This time out of the corner, here comes Soccer Scout. Tries to go underneath Qui-Gon Jinn, ends up getting demoed from behind there by Mr. Gopher, but Matter will be able to keep it moving out of the corner. Elysium just trying to create some space on the offensive side with the ball. And then back up into the Fairfield zone. That's going to be played right at Zenova. Mr. Gopher there can't beat Matter to it. As now Soccer Scout in transition might have an opportunity if they can be quick with this. Zenova there able to block it away. With 50 seconds left, that's a huge dunk from Matter. It's going to come straight down, but Zenova clears it away. Elysium will put that one just a bit too high. The rebound for Soccer Scout saved again. And now Matter will try once more, but it's Qui-Gon Jinn and company able to keep it out. Wichita State defending these final 2 points they need to take the victory here. As with only 25 seconds left. Ooh, this is a chance. Zenova just going to get a piece of it. Keeps it into the corner. The pressure still on. Matter wants to get around the other side. Does challenge Mr. Gopher. Bounces out to Qui-Gon Jinn, who will clear it away. And that should just about do it for game 2. We've got a tied up series heading to game 3. Wichita State and Fairfield deadlocked at 1 to game 3. Qui-Gon Jinn again with all 3 goals for Wichita State. The hat trick and the victory. The interesting stat here to look at, Fairfield out shooting Wichita State in this game. I guess it's not terribly surprising considering all of the opportunity they were able to create there at the end of this game. So certainly a good sign if you're a Fairfield fan. But really it's going to come down to how do they respond after a game that was relatively, I mean, it was 0-0 at the half pretty much, and then in a matter of seconds, Wichita State jump out to a 3-0 lead. It just looked like Fairfield didn't quite have enough time to try to come back in this one. So how do they respond? How do they bounce back from a game that kind of got a bit out of hand for them? That's the big question now. as we are underway with game number 3. Of course, with this being a best of 5, the winner of this one up on match point. So, an all-important third game. Zenova plays it out of the corner. Ooh, around Soccer Scout. Just not a lot of boost in the tank. Will grab the corner here. Looking for a pass down to Mr. Gopher, but Matter easily going to get to that one cleared away. The transition is quite quick here. Defense from Wichita just going to get there in time to play it away. As we are ticking down to the 4-minute mark. No score in this one, though this could be dangerous. Elysium has to play that out in front of his own net. Qui-Gon Jinn was looking for a shot, didn't quite get around it. And this will be Soccer Scout to play it away. Solid clear from Qui-Gon Jinn. Zenova up in the air. Oh, that's underneath Elysium. Off the crossbar. Save made on the goal line. Matter rejects Mr. Gopher there, and it will stay 0-0. As Zenova going to try their luck now. Matter again on the line, able to deflect this one by. Once more, it's Zenova looking for Mr. Gopher in the corner. The pass is out towards the front. Dunk there on Elysium. And Qui-Gon Jinn now. Can't quite find that play. And we continue to play on 0-0. Wichita State has come to play in this third game, but they just haven't been able to find the back of the net. Good save from Mr. Gopher. That was the first shot of the game for Fairfield, to put that in perspective. We've already seen 5 shots from the blue side. But still, nobody able to find the first goal of this game. An all-important first goal of game number 3. As up in the air here is Soccer Scout. Matter actually going to commit to that one as well. Got to be careful now as Zenova goes back the other way. Good challenge there along the side wall, but Qui-Gon Jinn again. 2:20 left to go. We start to play a little bit more back and forth Rocket League. Nobody wanted to make that crucial mistake and give up the first of the game. Not quite surprised with how these teams have been playing defensively. This is going to be Qui-Gon Jinn. Great pass to Zenova. Save made. Elysium, huge off the post, just able to get the deflection there. And that will keep it a 0-0 game with 1:50 left to go. As now Matter in and out of the corner, doesn't have any support, and should be a pretty easy clear. But Fairfield has been under pressure this whole game, have had to make some huge saves. They've done it in the clutch so far, but haven't really found a whole bunch of offense. They've got the 2 shots. However, Wichita State has fully controlled this game from the jump. They don't seem to be slowing down now as Mr. Gopher will finally break through the defense. Qui-Gon Jinn on the assist, and it's this pressure that finally cracks the defense. Elysium makes a poor decision to turn for that boost in the corner, and that's all they need to slot that one in near post, make it a 1-0 game, and now look to put themselves on match point here against a Fairfield team who, again, comes into this one at 5-1, trying to improve to 6-1 to put themselves in conversation for those top spots in the league. Wichita State certainly seems to have other plans. However, still have to defend for the next 40 seconds or so here in game 3. This is going to be off the back wall. Qui-Gon Jinn gets it to the midfield line. Mr. Gopher now over to Zenova for the pass back, but Soccer Scout pops it up. Matter is there. This is over the head of the defender. Over to Zenova, does get back to it. Now 1-on-1. Zenova versus Soccer Scout up high, rebound out. Mr. Gopher doesn't get around it to put it on goal. And Zenova's going to get beat. Matter will score, and we are tied with 8 seconds left to go in game 3. Fairfield make it work on their 3rd shot of the game. And Wichita State have to be a bit frustrated now after how close they've come to winning this game. They've got to do it once more. This could be dangerous. Zenova has to reach out and poke that one away. Will we see overtime? We will. Game 3 OT. The next goal that goes in will give match point to the team that scores it. Zenova wants to be that player. Good save by Matter. Mr. Gopher back wall. Qui-Gon Jim is there off the post and in. Wichita State will hang on. They'll win it 12 seconds into OT and go up 2-1 in the series. Qui-Gon Jim, the hero here for them this time around, but goodness me, a close game number 3 that I don't think Wichita State necessarily wanted with how the shot totals went. 10 shots to 4. Fairfield were on the back foot for the entire game. And when I say the entire game, I mean the entire game. They really were unable to break out of their zone for a majority of that game. Still, they make it close. 6 saves, 3 for Matter, 3 for Elysium. And, well done to them for making it as close as it was. But unfortunately, Wichita State just going to be a bit too strong in overtime. And now we head to game 4. Match on the line for Fairfield. And Wichita State, again, sitting at 2-4, wanting this victory to try to pull them a little bit further up the ladder. This would be huge if they could take down Fairfield, especially with such little time left in the season. They need to win one more game. Zenova wants to start the scoring. The deflection just going to be wide. Matter can't get it out of the zone, and you can tell Wichita State playing with some confidence after that game 3 victory. They've been playing with confidence the whole series, to be fair. But some extra confidence here. As, again, one more game win, and they will close this series out. Fairfield wanting to force a game 5. Is this one going to be into the corner now? Zenova, side wall. Can't quite beat Elysium to it. Soccer Scout down to Matter off the post. Qui-Gon Jim, I believe, got a piece. Elysium's going to turn this one towards, but it's just a bit too high. And Wichita State going to get away with one now. But Fairfield really starting to turn on the pressure. They haven't had an official shot yet. They've come quite close. There will be the first official shot of the game and mark it down as the first goal of the game as well, as Elysium takes a pass out of the corner from themselves. It will be a 1-0 game. 3:41 left to go here. Certainly seems like Fairfield not wanting to go down without a fight. Qui-Gon Jim up in the air for that challenge. Zenova. Now Mr. Gopher using the ceiling. This will be pushed into the corner. Zenova, back wall. Qui-Gon Jim reaches across, but can't quite do much with it. As now Zenova tries to turn. It'll bounce out towards Matter. 3 minutes left. Game number 4, and Fairfield certainly has had the better start to this one. Looking for more now. Crossbar down, the double commit doesn't get punished. It goes off of Elysium coming down off the ceiling. You're not going to see this too often. Matter turns it around, hits Elysium coming down off that back wall, and Fairfield with a 2-0 lead early on in this one. They've held Wichita to no shots through pretty much the whole first half of this game. And it's been quite the turnaround compared to game number 3. If they continue to play like this, it certainly seems like game 5 is on the docket for us today. However, Wichita State does still have a little bit of time. Zedova's going to play this side wall. Bouncing out in front, Qui-Gon Jim just off the post. Wait, get to it in time, and that was certainly the best effort of this game from Wichita State. It's their first shot of the game. Fairfield has just been impressive in the offensive zone. Have not let anything by. Matter with the dunk at the top of the box, goes off the ceiling and in. And Fairfield doing everything they can to come out the victors here over top of Wichita State, making a 3-0 game with 1:45 left to go. This is going to be Zedova out of the corner. Matter on the challenge. It's into the corner now for Elysium to play on, and Fairfield has looked miles better in this game than they did in game number 3. Considering that they haven't really let Wichita State find any form of offense in game 4. Again, just the one shot for the blue team. This might be a second one. Actually, that's just going to be wide, so it will be cleared and not even counted as a shot officially on the scoreboard. But again, a huge turnaround here for this Orange Fairfield team. As game 5, a certainty now. Some last-second effort from the Wichita State team. Mr. Coker hits the crossbar on the shot. Elysium is going to send it into the corner. Time will continue to tick. 25 seconds left on the board. Zedova and Elysium not going to quite meet there. Mr. Gopher in and out of the corner. That ball all the way back down to Elysium. Oh, what a move from Elysium. Make it 4-0 and do it with style. The patient play crosses up both players. And that will be the hat trick for him. 4-0. 9 seconds left to go. And again, a much better played game from Fairfield. We wanted to see how they'd respond after a pretty tight game against Wichita State that they just let get out of hand a bit too much. But I'd say that is quite a great response, personally. 4-0, and again, just oppressive offense. Didn't have a ton of shots. I think they didn't even break into double digits. I think only 9 total. But the possession, if we could see what the possession totals were, or even just the time spent in the offensive zone for Fairfield, it would be a heavy majority to the orange side, as Wichita State just absolutely could get nothing going. And now they're going to head into game 5. Kind of scratching their heads. It's up to them now to make a change to try to come back in this one. And we wanted to see a good response from Fairfield in game 4. They showed it to us. Now we want to see a good response from Wichita State. Let's see if they have what it takes. As we are underway, 5 minutes on the clock, no score on the board. The winner of this one take the series. And an all-important one it is in these latter stages of the season. Qui-Gon Jim ends up getting demoed there by Soccer Scout. Zedova Will eventually kick this one across. Takes it away from Matter. Looks for the pass out, but it does bounce down to Mr. Gopher. Now Elysium pops this one up. Soccer Scout can't quite get underneath. Qui-Gon Jinn. Zenova meet with Matter in the corner. Elysium's going to take this one-on-one with Qui-Gon Jinn. Ends up with the shot being saved. Zenova has to save the rebound. As Fairfield playing with some speed right now, playing with some fire, with some passion that we didn't really see in that third game. But Wichita State has stood up to it so far in this fifth and final matchup between these teams. Though they have not, again, been able to get anything generated offensively. This could be the first chance, but Zenova just going to be a bit too out of range of that pass. Will be cleared all the way back down. Good turn there from Mr. Gopher, though. Going to get back underneath a bit. Takes it away from Soccer Scout as well. Now Elysium has to make a play out of the corner. Down to Matter. 3:05 left to go. And still a 0-0 game as these teams battle for possession. Battle for shooting chances, battle for offensive opportunities. The majority have gone to Fairfield, but they haven't been able to crack the defense quite yet. However, we approach this second half, and it certainly does seem like something's going to break soon. If Fairfield can keep this offense going. Right now, Elysium. Right into Mr. Gopher. Matter, that's a quick shot. The rebound out will be blocked away. Zenova just gets in front of it. Good chance there. Best of the game so far from Fairfield. Going to load up, try again, though. Qui-Gon Jinn able to play this one down out towards the front of the cage. Mr. Gopher with a solid keep in. Going to force Matter into a tough spot. But patiently and with quite a bit of poise, able to get it back to the midfield. Minute 50. Game 5, no score. This next goal could certainly be the game winner, the series winner, for whoever is able to find it. As this has been a very, very defensive game. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Historically, these first goals, especially in important games like this one, always seem to have an effect on that final outcome. As this is Elysium trying to play out of the corner. Qui-Gon Jinn to the midfield. Matter will keep it in, but only for a moment. Possession's given back to Wichita State. They connect on some nice passing through mid. This will fall down. Matter and Zenova combine. Matter's going to get the better of that exchange. However, Gopher sends it all the way back down. 50 seconds left now. There's Soccer Scout. Matter can't quite reach out and touch that one. This will be given over to Qui-Gon Jinn. Got boost in the tank to try to beat Elysium. Is along the back wall. Zenova. Now Qui-Gon Jinn. Over to Mr. Gopher off the crossbar. The passing play was perfect, but the shot just not on. The transition play won't yield too much here for Fairfield, though. Soccer Scout was looking for more. Matter going to keep it in. Has a chance for a pass. Was looking for a bump. Didn't quite find it. Qui-Gon Jinn, a huge clear with 5 seconds left to go in Game 5. Still no score. Next goal wins it for Wichita State and Fairfield. Overtime, Game 5 tied at 0. As this is Matter looking for a play off the back wall. Elysium's going to go off the ceiling. Matter was trying to sneak that one in. Up for Soccer Scout. Can't get a touch on it. Had a potential angle to end the series right there. Just can't quite poke it down. As now Matter into the back wall. Qui-Gon Jinn trying to be a bit patient here. Double commit from Wichita State, but they get the clear. Elysium around 2 defenders. Mr. Gopher is going to be last back. Matter there. Back wall. Soccer Scout lurking, but the ball won't bounce out quite fast enough, as now Mr. Gopher and company going to set up some offense. Qui-Gon Jinn was there on the challenge. Soccer Scout can't quite play it off the back wall. Zenova shot just a bit wide. The rebound's going to sit out in front for a moment, but it does get cleared away. And the first minute of overtime passes us by now. Still, we have yet to determine the victor of this one, as now Matter and Zenova arguing with each other in the corner. Here's Mr. Gopher. We'll play it along. Elysium gets there first and sends it back down. Zenova will reset out of his own corner. And this will be played back for Elysium. Minute 30 gone in OT. Qui-Gon Jinn controlling play. Zenova ends up playing that off of Soccer Scout. Matter's going to get there first. Mr. Go for the whip. Qui-Gon Jinn will own goal to end it, and that's how that's it. That's how this ends. Fairfield win off an own goal from Wichita State, and they will take the series victory in 5 games. Unbelievable. A win is a win for Fairfield, but my goodness, that was one of the craziest finishes I've seen in quite a while here in the EGF. And my goodness, well, Wichita State, unfortunately, going to fall to 3-4, and or I'm sorry, I believe to 2-5. For Wichita State, Fairfield will improve to 6-1, but man, did it take every ounce of what they had to give in that series to do so. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back here in just a second with an interview with Matter, I believe. So make sure you keep it here. Again, we're going to take just a short break. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the EGF. It's Hunted here with Matt, or Matter as we know him from in-game here from Fairfield University. First off, Matt, congratulations on your 5-game series win there. And, I got to ask you, how are you feeling after that one?
Thank you very much. We felt really great. It was a really tough match. They were a really good team, and they played really well the entire series. Our hearts were definitely pumping throughout the entirety of that last match. It was really crazy. but we all felt really good about it. We felt good coming in. We knew we could get the win today, and we just kept pushing forward to get it.
Well, I mean, take us into that game 5 overtime. I mean, you say, your hearts were pumping. I'm sure, certainly. I mean, so many opportunities from either side throughout that game. Nobody able to score. I mean, what were things like in that call that you all were in? I mean, how were the comms in those final moments of game 5?
The comms were actually pretty clear. We made sure to we talked about this in the other games. When we were starting to go down, we were having some issues. We started losing some of our comms. It started getting a little bit more hectic. But
Mhm.
we set out a game once we got to that game 5, and even in that game 4, we set out a game plan and we really tried to follow it as best as we could because we knew what we had to do to win. We just weren't exactly following it. So we just decided to kind of like get we decided to just basically focus up and just get back to what we're good at.
No, and it certainly seems like, especially in game 4, something clicked. It was kind of a it was probably the most dominating we saw in the series, and then of course game 5 happens, and it was all up in the air from there. But you walk away, you survive the series, you move to 6-1 now on the season, and looking at that top board, there's a lot of teams kind of vying for those final positions and seeding heading into the playoffs. How do you and the rest of the Fairfield squad feel about playoffs just around the corner here?
We all feel really excited. We're really excited to show that we are a good team, that we can to prove ourselves basically in the series since it's our first season in the league, and it's just basically we're an aggressive team. We want to show off our aggressive style. We want to keep pushing that forwards, and we want to keep playing well. Good Rocket League.
Well, it certainly should be exciting. I'm sure for everybody, and if the series that y'all play go to these 5 games like this one did, I'm sure it will be a whole lot of fun for everybody to watch. But um, yeah, I mean, heading into playoffs, right? There's not a whole lot of time left. Is there any matchup that you're particularly looking forward to, or a team that you kind of want to see in the playoffs upcoming?
I think our entire team is excited to play against Marist again. I think we didn't give them a showing that they deserved. They're a really good team, and I think we're all really excited to play them again and show that we can actually hang with them.
Well, I'm certainly hoping we get that matchup. That should be again a whole lot of fun, especially if these recent series that both of y'all have played are anything to go by. But that unfortunately is our time here for this one. We are going to go ahead take another short break. When we come back, we've got Marquette University versus St. John's in another great Big East clash here. So make sure you stick around. We'll be back in just a sec.